do on Jesus' hands can do with him.
Me and Jesus are cool. I'm cool with all the gods. Gods recognize gods. You know, I chose this one because I came into this promotion as a two-weight world champion. I had always wanted to replicate that. That was the goal. Create history, continue to create history. And this man across from me has a title. He has nothing else but that. He is a free TV fighter. He has nothing else to offer me except that gold belt. So that was the simple decision. There were many other options, you know. Frankie has a little bit of desperation about him or something. I don't know. He went 0-2 in lightweight, got the chance to fight for the featherweight title and got the head slapped off him, and then now is running around begging, and it has a stink of desperation off of it. So I'm just going to leave him sit for a while. Nate, you know, I like the way Nate came in his last fight. The previous fight before that, he came in sloppy, really badly out of shape, whining and complaining about everything, and then came in and put on a performance like that. He went back to the bottom of the pile, but he came in this last fight in shape. He played the game a little bit more, so, you know, I can give respect to that, and we'll see where it goes. But I will go through every single one of them. Make no mistake about it. Rafael is next, and that is it. More gold belts.
Say you would fight at 200.
I'll be fresh after 197. I believe I will dust Rafael inside 1 minute. He is a slower, sloppier version of Aldo. He's like a bum version of Aldo. So I believe in absolutely everything. I believe inside 1 minute I will dust him. I will exit the contest fresh. I will cash the check. I will sign the next contract for UFC 200, the brand new MGM, and we'll go again. 2015 was my year. 2016 is also my year. Every year is my fucking year. I'm an active champion. I will fight in many weight divisions. You know, as it grows and all of this forms now, I like the sound of that 170-pound title as well. I've got to be honest with myself here. I feel I can take down them 3 gold belts. So, and I feel I can do it by the year's end.
I'm a complete fighter, man. I fight standing, I fight on the ground. You know, I think my history talks by itself. I beat Ben Henderson, Nate Diaz, Anthony Pettis, Donald Cerrone twice. And I fought better guys. I fought taller guys, you know, stronger guys.
Donald don't want to fight. Donald, that wasn't a TKO. That wasn't a finish. Donald quit in there. Looking at that, it was an early finish for Dos Anjos against Cerrone. But looking at that finish, my God, as far as finishes go, it was one of the worst finishes I've ever seen. He was swinging wild. He hit nothing but shoulder. He almost lost balance. He was swinging that wild in there. He was hitting glove and then looking at the ref saying, "Ref, please stop this fight. Please get me out of here." And then the ref obliged and stopped the fight for him. So it was a very weak finish against Cerrone. So you can talk about your wins and losses, but at the end of the day, you've tasted that darkness of being KO'd stiff, and you will taste it again on March 5th.
My next question you guys can make for him because he's answer for me. So my next question you guys can make.
Yeah, I set it all up and I knock it all out of the park. That's what I do. That's why you're sitting there. That's why you're flying to Brazil to do that media run. I want to send you back to our Brazilian TV partners, Globo and Combate Sport, and have you answer to the Brazilian people why we have to book you a hotel in your own home country. Why your kids' names are Bob and Donald. Why are you raising American children? Why don't you trust in your own people? So you're going back to Brazil to answer that question while you stay in a hotel that we have to pay for you because you don't have a home over there.
Performance, your power?
I feel everything will be the same. I mean, my performance has been flawless in the featherweight division. You know, the final week or two is intense. The final week is the intense part. But I get in there, and by the time fight time comes around, I'm fresh and I'm KOing everybody. This will be my 5th world title inside 10 in 10 fights, all won by stoppage. So my performance has been good. I feel going up to 155, I will be the same animal. I will be even more of an animal. You know, like my coach said, you've seen him on the salads, now see him on the steaks. No, wow. new microphones and everything. 2015 was a damn good year of business. We've got the good microphones and all this year. No, business is phenomenal. I mean, all you got to do is look back at last year for myself and the company. There was nothing about tardiness. I apologize for my timekeeping. I do not wear watches to tell the time, so I operate on my own time. But I am here now, and I apologize, and here we go. Why would I want to train in that bum gym? I train with my own people. I have since day one. That man needs to get his facts straight before I roll in there and buy that gym and turn it into a fucking dump. You know what I mean? I train with my people from day one, straight blast gym, my teammates, the same teammates that I came up with. I'm not about that running like a lot of people in this game are. They run to different camps, or that's a sign of weakness for me, or they leave their country. I've stayed since day one. I am loyal to my team, and that's it. So that is incorrect.
You know,
I'll send him back home to California. He's home. You know, I swear to God, UFC 189, I fought Jose Aldo. I KO'd the country of Brazil's true champion. And seeing how he handles himself, how his team handles himself, they never learned the language of the oppressor. He never came to America. He trusted in his people, unlike this guy standing across from me. And that's why the people of Brazil love Jose Aldo. That's why when Jose Aldo steps off a plane, the country of Brazil greets him regardless of result. We're sending Rafael on a 4-day media run throughout Brazil in a couple of weeks, and we've got to book him a hotel. I've got to book him a hotel in his own home country. So that should tell you all you need to know. He will never step off a plane and receive a hero's welcome in the country of Brazil because he ran from the country of Brazil. He didn't trust his own. And that's why Jose is the true champion in his country. And this guy in Brazilian lingo is a gringo, and that is the truth.
Performance.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice feeling. It's a nice experience. It's steaks every day for me. Steaks for breakfast, steaks for lunch, steaks for brunch, grass-fed, massaged beef all day long. So it's a pretty nice feeling, and my body is reaping the rewards. You know, I can only imagine the state Rafael is in, coming back-to-back cuts. Especially, he blew up before the Cerrone fight. He was extremely overweight, and he had to cut down to make that 155-pound limit. And then the king calls and says, "You're up again, kid," and now he's got to do it all over again. So I mean, just looking at him, he's aged 25 years in the last 2 weeks. So I can only imagine how he's feeling, but I'm feeling damn good. I mean, I don't know. I do crave my fight, my stadium fight in Dublin. But I just have to roll with the punches here. You know what I mean? I just have to. It's an operation to set up a stadium show like that. There are restrictions, there are limitations. They've pulled concerts from the venue previous, so it's a risk to go in and do something like that. When I'm just knocking them out so easily and so smoothly, just keep rolling back to back to back. I will get back to Dublin. We will do the show, but it takes time. This is a marathon, not a sprint. So I look forward to one day having my home country lit up with a stadium show, but it is a work in process.
I live with my family, and so we have people around the world who lives in the United States, and these people doesn't deserve to be called traitors.
Yeah, you know, it's all games really. At the end of the day, games are facts, depending who you ask. But I'm comparing you to a true Brazilian champion who I have already KO'd. And just seeing the way the Brazilians, the pride that the Brazilians carried for Jose, and the pride Jose carried for his Brazilian people, it touched my heart. So this is why, this was one of the main reasons I wanted to give back to the country of Brazil. March 5th, I will behead Rafael Dos Anjos. I will drag his head through the streets of Rio de Janeiro, through a parade of people, I'd imagine. It will become a national holiday also, I would imagine. But it's simply a sign of recognizing who's true and who's not. I see a true champion in Jose and his team and his beliefs. He carries the belief of the Brazilian people. and I see a man, although he is Brazilian, doesn't represent the Brazilian people like he should. He brings the name of Brazil down. So I will bring the name of Brazil back up once again. Viva la Brasilia!
So Conor is always doing predictions. I'm going to ask him about, Conor, your predictions for the fight. And Rafael, do you have any predictions for the fight?
First of all, this guy speaking Spanish. In Brazil, we speak Portuguese. It's not
Look
La
at me.
Brasilia. It's not
I'm
La
like-
Brasilia. It's
look
O
at me.
Brasil. So learn Portuguese first.
I'm dressed.
And man,
I'm up here like El Chapo
I'm
in his
gonna have
prime.
a chance to finish this fight in the first round, but I won't. I'm gonna punish him all the way to the third or the fourth. I'm gonna make him bleed. You know, he's gonna pay for everything he's talking about everybody, for all the respect this guy have. I'm gonna punish him for long minutes.
I'm speaking Spanish. I'm dressed like El Chapo in his prime. I'm running this company. I'm running this company like half a wise guy. I'm up here verbally destroying this man. I am a multicultural individual. I am in here doing whatever I want.
Conor, so
This one is for Brazil.
Conor, can I have your prediction? As always, like you do your prediction, so what's your prediction?
Yeah, I feel he is very, very sloppy. His shot selection is very, very poor. He has the tenseness in his body when he loads. He will try. We will enter, and he will try and close into that distance and enter into the pocket. But he will take some strikes in there really, really early. So he also dips in certain. It's honestly like a slower, sloppier, more stuffed version of Jose Aldo. I feel I will guide him onto some strikes, and as he has been KO'd before, I will KO him once again. So that's how I feel the fight will go, but it will be another KO. I'd love to beat the ugly out of him and drag him into the second and third rounds, and I would love to do that. But I feel like I'm going to dust him in under 1 minute.
And where are you going to do your camp, here or in Ireland?
I am here to collect a check. I fly back to Ireland tomorrow. I do my camp in beautiful Dublin, Ireland, surrounded by my people. Hard work, dedication, sacrifice, a trust in my surroundings. And then I will fly back to the West Coast 2 weeks out and fight. That's my pattern. I am an Irishman. I know what you're trying to do over there. You're trying to say, well, you're over here, but I am not over here. I come in here, I cash checks, and I transfer them into euro and head back to my home country with all the money. So that's what I do here. So
for him to move up in weight.
It's a different story. Lightweight's a different story. We are bigger, and lightweight.
He's 5'8" with a 70-inch reach.
It's not a,
I'm 5'9" with a 74-inch reach.
It's not a show in Ireland.
I'm the bigger
when
man
they
here.
have 2 belts.
I'm the bigger man.
You know?
I'm gonna bully this man in his own division.
You done, man?
I'm gonna. No, I'm not.
You done?
No, you.
Okay.
Fight him while I speak. I'm the king.
Yeah,
you're
go
the
speak.
You're the bum.
You're nothing, man.
Question.
So I think it's a bad idea, you know. And he's gonna
5'8".
He's gonna have
with a
nightmares with
70-inch
lightweight
reach.
division for the
I'm
rest of his life.
5'9" with a 74-inch reach. I am the bigger man here. This is a non-argument. I'm gonna go in and bully him in his own division. Toy with him in there.
Conor, where is your belt?
That's what I just noticed. Where is my damn belt? You know, this is a super fight. I look up on that poster. I see myself tucked in the back there. I see a guy who has, his last gate was 1.7 million. He fought on free TV. He's never brought a dime to the company. He's never made a dime yet. He is sitting there on the front of my poster. I think that's a department that needs to be looked at. Somebody sleeping on the job. This is a super fight. Where are all these historic images? These are posters that will be looked back on long after it's all said and done, and then you've got to look back on that absolute garbage. So, you know, I think I might have to go into that department because they must be getting comfortable in that poster department. They want to get their act together and start doing their damn job, you know what I mean? The posters are a significant part of the sport's history. I mean, look through the years. of all the great historic posters that the UFC has produced. But I feel someone's sleeping on the job in that department, and I will have to dip my nose and find out who and eliminate them.
Dana, do you have a response to that? Where is his belt right now?
He's challenging for the 155-pound belt. Everybody knows that. He's challenging for this belt. His belt isn't on the line. If he loses in this fight, he's still the 145-pound champion.
That belt as well?
Yeah, well, it's gonna, obviously this fight has to happen. We'll see what happens. Listen, when everybody asks me why I would let Conor hold 2 belts when we've never done it before, because Conor has kept his word on everything he said he would do. You know, he was a little late to the press conference today, but other than that, he's kept his word and done everything that he said he would do since the day he set foot in here. He said he will fight 4 times a year. He really likes money, and I believe that he will do. I believe he will do it. So,
but no time frame on. He's going to have 6 months to have to.
Yeah, listen, cut out all this other stuff and I'd go through the whole roster in 4 months. And I tell you that right now, I'll whoop every single one of them inside 4 months if you cut out all this other shit. Bring me in, weigh me in, and I'll fight the next night and wipe out the entire game inside 4 months.
all right, boys.
There's only one, baby.
Give his belt. Awesome. Cool. Thank you, gentlemen.